and welcome to Four Wives and the Mic presents Wives Tales. The review. I always forget to say the review. You've got myself, Mrs Nikki Tunji, and the lovely Mercy Haruna. Did I say that correct?
Correct.
So Mercy is one half of Gist with Mercy. Wait, is that right? Gist with Mercy and Jibz. And Jibz. Ah, yes, I got
Jibz,
it right. Yeah. And Jibz.
It's live sessions on Instagram. So.
Oh, okay.
We haven't quite decided if we want to turn it into podcasts yet.
Why not?
Because that's just extra work.
No, listen. If you already record the episodes, all you have to just do is send it into an audio and bish bash bosh. Bob's your uncle. Listen, if you need any kind of, not that I'm great or I'm there, but you know, if you want any kind of advice or tips or points in the right directions, let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to help. I love the fact that, you know, the podcast scene is exploding right now. There's so many different podcasts that are available, and it's quite refreshing to hear, you know, Black British stories, in my opinion, just because for so long we just haven't heard them, or we have, but not so publicly. And it's just nice because there's so many different voices and we all have such different stories to tell. You know, where you're from is different from where I'm from, and it's not all black on black crime and gang violence and single mummy situations. Not saying that obviously those things don't happen and you can't grow from them, or they can't be positive situations, but well, black on black crime can't be, but you know,
not that one.
Yeah, not that particular scenario, but you know, we are more than what mainstream media show us to be.
100%.
So I'm all about podcasts, and I love, you know, that a lot of people are actually taking that step to creating more things. And you know, even if I'm honest, even the whole Instagram live sessions, I really like that. I like that you guys are quite consistent with that as well. It's really refreshing.
Not gonna lie, it's been hard because there's some days where you're just like, why are we doing this again? Like, who really cares? But you know, you just even if we're impacting or connecting with just one person, that's enough for me. That's enough.
Exactly. No, 100%. I mean, in terms of this here, I've been doing this now for roughly 3 years or so, but I've also found it very, very difficult to be consistent because obviously I have the baby and
motherhood.
Pardon?
I said motherhood.
Motherhood, and then add in wifehood.
All join.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
So do check it out, do watch it, do, you know, tune in and get participating because it's our stories, and
thank you.
You know, we need to do it for the sisters, honey.
100%. Thank you for the shout out.
Well, yeah, no, definitely. That's what it's about. It's about supporting each other, and it's about kind of, you're supporting me by being on this right now. If you went on here, who would I be talking to? So thank you for supporting, and likewise, everybody else, please do go and, you know, watch and, you know, participate as well, because it's not just about tuning in and looking or listening. It's about actually giving your stories as well and kind of joining the conversation as well. So on that note, talking about conversations and joining in, the story this week that we are going to be, reviewing or dissecting is called Adulting. This was released last week. So what did you think of the story Adulting? Oh, she has frozen. All right. Okay. So sorry about that. My internet cut out. It wasn't Mercy. It was me. So I've had to have a change of location. Listen, this is real life. So
it is what it is.
Do you know what I mean? We have to do sometimes. Okay. Well, we have to make do, should I say? All right. So we were just talking about. Well, we were just leading into the story. So the story that was released last week was called Adulting, and it basically follows a young woman as she makes that progression into adulthood. So she's just got her first job right out of, I guess, her first job. She's starting off in her career, and it's about
Right.
it's about that transition, you know, how she thinks about it, how she processes it, and then finally starting and kind of what happens and what takes place as well. So what were your thoughts when did you watch it or did you listen to it?
I watched it on
so what were your thoughts on
YouTube.
the story on YouTube? Okay.
It was it's a story that I feel like I've heard similar experiences before. Black people, you know, the idea that we will always be other.
Yeah.
But where are you from?
I completely agree with you. I think when I spoke to my friend about this story in particular, it just felt so similar to like so many different things that I'd heard before. And a lot of the reaction that I've had has been, oh my gosh, that sounds so similar. Oh yeah, something like that happened to me, or oh, I know
sounds familiar.
You know? And it's quite sad because regardless of kind of the girl's background, so, you know, the way I wrote the character, she's clearly from a well-off family, you know, you know, they travel a lot.
They travel. I noticed that.
Educated, you know, she's one of those girls that's actually like quite well-to-do. But the assumption is because she's Black, regardless of wherever you're from or whatever you've done or whatever your background is or wherever your parents are, because she's Black, where are you from? It's like everything is just like it's not counted. It doesn't matter. Like it's irrelevant. You know, it's just nothing. And I just think it's a bit sad that in 2020 we're still having these kinds of conversations. You know, we're still having to battle those kind of stereotypes.
Do you think that a lot of it comes from a place of ignorance?
Well,
that is, they just don't know, or they don't bother to know. Because, you know, one thing I noticed, we talked about this a lot on Gist with Mercy and Jibz and amongst my friends, is that we Black people, especially like Nigerians and like Africans in general, we're very educated people. Yeah. We're very well-traveled people. I think we have to be. So there are things that we know because of the fact that we're so exposed. In a way, I pity them. Because I'm like, sorry that, you know, your eyes are not as opened, and that's really sad for you. It's annoying for me as well to have to, you know, explain myself all the time, but it's really sad for you that you don't.
Well, this is the thing. Anyway. I don't know if I feel sorry for them. I think it angers me, if I'm honest with you. Like, I remember, I think back to a role that I had when I was a lot younger. And this girl, so I used to work in this school, and this girl had no experience, no formal education, no formal training or anything. And she literally walked off the street and into the role that I had been training at least 2-3 years for.
Oh no, that angers me. That angers
purely
me.
Because she knew. Honestly, it was so aggravating, and it was just so because she was on the same kind of level as me, same pay scale as me, she really felt she, on some level, was my manager or something, or she was above me in some way, shape, or form, purely because she knew the manager, because she was from the same area as the manager. Not for any other reason. She didn't have a rapport with the people, the customers, or the clients that we were working with. She didn't know what she was doing. Half the time I had to do her work for her. But unfortunately, that story right there is not new. Like, I can even think of a friend right now who I spoke to like yesterday who was complaining about the same thing. Somebody who's lower than her has a job, has a role the same level or higher than, like, why? Like, and it's unacceptable. I just feel like how do we change things? How do we move things along?
Very good question, because I'm a bit tired of talking. I'm a bit tired of posting squares and all of that. What are the practical steps that we can take?
Squares.
You know what I mean? Them black squares. Those people that posted, I'm watching them. Those people that posted and never actually did anything else after that, you know. It's just, what practical steps, what can we actually be doing to make changes? No. It's actually exhausting being the one educating people.
No, it's not my job to educate you.
It's not my, exactly. That's why I said I feel sorry for you. Go and do the work by yourself. Like, it's not me. I'm not the one actually explaining to you that Africa is not all a jungle. There's freaking TV and, you know, so many other things.
See, this is it though. There is TV, and on TV, because I'm finding, my 3-year-old, I'm finding I'm having to constantly teach her that Africa is not just animals. So I literally, like, you know, so because this is it. We're just coming out of quarantine. So a lot of our time, yes, I was trying to manage her. So we would do a couple of hours of phonics or drawings or paintings. And the rest of the day, I'm sorry, I'm only human. She was watching CBeebies or some other TV show or whatever. But a lot of the programs, even though I know it has, you know, there has been some progression since when I used to watch those TV shows and TV channels, it's not far enough, because anytime anything is referred to in terms of like Africa or African, it's all animals. It's lions, it's elephants, mud huts, it's red clay mud, you know. And I literally Google hotels, houses, queens. I'm having to do this just to combat a lot of what she sees on TV. So my thing is, how is the general public? Oh my God, I'm so worried. I'm so passionate. I feel like you're gonna hear me banging on this table. How are people supposed to, general public, who are ignorant and who don't travel, who don't move further than where their family are, or, you know, they maybe go Benidorm or to Spain or to Ibiza with their family or with their close-knit friends. How are they ever supposed to learn and grow if they're not exposed to how round the world is? And I say round as in, it's not just, I'm not saying we don't have animals in Africa, we do. But just like we have leopards in Africa or whatever, we have snow leopards in Europe. So there needs to be some balance, as much as you're going to say, oh, we have these hotels and these beautiful places and these beautiful tourist attractions and in Europe and in the West, and do the same for Africa. So yes, we have animals, yes, we have safaris, but yes, we have landmarks and we have hotels and we have cities and we have, you know, there's a whole economy there.
And they're very well educated people who speak English and several other languages. You know,
the number of languages in Nigeria alone, it scares me when I think about the different communities that we have that are just not even within Nigeria, that are not represented. Talk less of the whole of Africa.
Example, my ethnic group is so small that you wouldn't.
So what is your ethnic group? Where are you? Like, where?
I'm Igala from Kogi State. Okay. Yeah, Kogi is right in the center of Nigeria. It's about 2-3 hours from Abuja.
Okay.
Yeah. And, you know, there's so many other smaller ethnic groups. Even within Kogi, there's several. There's not just, you know, Igala.
See, I've never met. So it's nice to meet you. I've never met an Galilean.
Yeah, you see. I'm very proud of it. I'm very, like...
Of course, as you should be. Okay, so in terms of the story, it's a shame that, you know, these are things that people still do face. As you said, it's very, very familiar, very, very relatable, because you probably have an experience of it. I've had an experience of it where I've been asked, you know, where are you from and what do you do? In fact, this is maybe the one time I'll probably admit to any part of a story or any of the stories, but I was the one that I was asked. That is my story, not the whole thing, but yeah, if I eat dogs. So I used to work in this place, and it was, oh, you people eat dogs, right? And I was like, what?
Who is you people?
Yeah, you people, as in you Nigerians, you know,
you
people there.
No, but we talk about this. We're so diverse. Who is you people? Like, how can you lump us? Which is one of the reasons why I hate terms like BAME and poke. Because I'm like, what does that mean?
Like
people
what?
Of color. we're so all different.
You hate terms like what? Sorry, repeat that.
Dame, black, and people of color, women of color. I'm like, of color words, like a black person from Nigeria and an African American have completely different experiences. One, and then extend it even further to a Latina or whatever. I'm like, like
we're different. We're different people.
Yeah. Can we treat people as individuals?
Yes.
Or, you know, yes. And respect how they define themselves.
Yes. Because, and then, you know, we were speaking, we lost a lot of footage, by the way. So we were speaking earlier about the fact that I'm British Nigerian. So I was born in Britain. I've been raised predominantly in Britain. I did live in Nigeria for, I think, about 3 or 4 years, but predominantly born, raised. I went to school, went to college, went to university in Britain. And compare that to yourself, and you feel as though you're more Nigerian British because you were born there, raised there, went to France and came here. So you've had such a mix in terms of how you've been brought up and how you experience life. Our points of views are going to be so different on certain things just because of our backgrounds. So yes, we're both Nigerian, but our Nigerianness is so different.
There's degrees.
You see what I mean? It's like the various. It's just different, and
exactly.
And to kind of make the assumption that all Black people are kind of the same or experience things in the same way, or all Nigerians experience things in the same way, it's just so. It's off. It's off, and it's not correct. Because even as a British Nigerian.
Yeah, and I was saying that I feel like in this day and age where you can put in whatever it is that you're looking for, just put it in Google or YouTube. There's no excuse to be ignorant.
No.
It's just that people don't take that extra step to do the work. It's us. It's always on us to do the work for them, explain ourselves to them. And that is really exhausting, having to explain yourself all the time.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially as Black women, I feel like we deal with so much as it is already. To then have that extra layer of I'm having to educate every single time I leave the house. Like, it's exhausting. Some days I just want to get dressed, get up, do my job and move on with life. I don't want to have to explain why my hair is longer today. Damn it, I felt like wearing a longer bloody weave. Like, what? You know?
Please go on YouTube. There's all kinds of combinations of videos of women.
Right?
Come on.
But even with the character, she had to kind of really think about how she wanted to wear her hair. Did she want to wear an afro or not? And unfortunately, that is a lot of people's realities. You know, do I want to wear an afro to work? Oh, I didn't wear it in the first 2 years or in the first month. Then people are going to think I'm weird. Like,
we've all had that.
Right? But why should
you've been wearing a wig and you're like, I don't want to take it off because they're going to see my afro now. I have a friend. My friend, she used to wear her wigs, and then one day she decided, that's it. I'm going to go with my...
tired.
And she got so many questions.
And it just puts you off. It puts you off. You never want to do it again. You're just like, oh, I can't be bothered to keep answering these questions. And people want to now touch it because apparently you're some animal that needs to be stroked. There's just so many it's unnecessary. We don't need it.
Like I was saying to you before, based on my own background, I used to ignore a lot of those things, or you know, like just think, oh yeah, you know, they're asking because they're ignorant, they don't know, they're curious or whatever. So where like someone who grew up here for years and, you know about microaggressions, that's been your experience forever. It took me a long time to fully understand why it's not okay for someone to ask you if they should touch your hair, why they shouldn't ask you where you're from. Because I feel like I'm from somewhere else. But for someone who's grown up here, I gave the example earlier of the Windrush generation.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to feel like they're from some other place when they're from here, because those people have no real connections to Jamaica or anywhere in the Caribbean.
This is all they know.
Yeah, this is all they know. This is their life, their everything. So for you to be asking that question is like, oh, so you mean that no matter what I do, I will just never be from here. I'll always be other.
It's sad.
It took me a long time to understand that, but I genuinely understand it now. And I just like, if I can, anyone can.
Yeah.
Everybody can understand it. You know, white people are Karen, the Karens of the world.
Karens.
I love that term so much. It just cracks me up.
I know. I love it. 2020 has given us a lot. Listen,
the memes are endless. Social media has been great.
But you know what? This is our second go trying to do this, so I'm gonna let you go because it is late. It's creeping up towards midnight. I apologize for losing a good half an hour of our conversation, but you know what? We move, and I'm sure I can make something amazing out of this.
Yeah.
But honestly, thank you so much. I really have enjoyed our conversation. I'm sorry, guys, you missed a lot of it because I wasn't recording.
Maybe we can do a live session or something.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we should. I think we should do it.
Talk, so.
Speaking about me being married to a Muslim man, am I?
Yeah.
So we could.
Don't tell them yet.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
Yeah, no, that would be a really great one. So basically, with that, we're finishing this week, taking a break in August, and then coming back in September. We will that definitely has to be a topic because we ignored religion a lot this series because it's such a huge topic, especially as Nigerians. Religion is so interwoven into everything. So yeah, let's have that conversation.
Definitely. I am up for it. So guys, don't forget the last episode's on Thursday or last end of the sessions on Thursday. 7 p.m?
Yes. Usually 7 p.m, but we might be having a different time.
Okay.
And this Saturday, this Thursday.
Thursday. So that is Gist with Mercy and Jibz. Yes? I said it right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I will put Mercy's details in the description box. So please do go follow, like her stuff. Don't forget, if you like it, you like. If you love it, subscribe. And if you like and love it, make sure you share with all your friends.
Awesome.
Thank you guys for joining us.